Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Khalid. I am excited.
Me too. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay, so today is going to be really, really different. Okay, we're going to jump into the tarot pretty much kind of like almost from the beginning. The reason we're going to do the tarot readings today is to celebrate Mars has gone into Aries. It went in yesterday. It's in its own sign. Mars is very strong in Aries. So whether that's good or bad remains to be seen. It could go one way or the other, but it's a big deal that Mars is not only in Aries, but it's even bigger than that. Mars usually, if it's going forwards, is about 6 weeks in a sign.
That's why I would just, instead of celebrate, maybe I would say call attention to.
Yes, okay, yes.
Be worried.
Mars is going to be in Aries, not for 6 weeks, not for 8 weeks, 6 months. It doesn't come out till January. It stays home till January.
Some parts of the world, it entered on the 27th of June, and then other parts of the world is just going to leave on the 7th of January 2021.
Yeah, so it's really massive. Time. Now, in September, 10th of September, it goes retrograde, means it appears to be going backwards for a couple of months. So we will do more, we will do specific readings about that nearer the time that happens. But it never actually leaves Aries for this 6-month period. So we just want to say, welcome home, Mars. And we're going to see how it affects everybody, just in a very, very general way. And just to kind of like let you all know, I mean, we do very in-depth tarot readings, and we tie in-depth astrology with it. So that's not what is happening on this video today at all. We're actually being very Martian about it, because Mars is it's all about being spontaneous and bold and dynamic, and it's a very kind of fast moving. I would say it's not fast moving on this occasion, but it normally just goes for something. It's dynamic, and that's how we're going to do these readings today. We're going to find some Mars energy, and we're going to go for it, and we're going to go through all of the 12 signs. So do not go anywhere. We are going to go through all of the 12 signs, but we're not going to do them all today. So I was a little bit misleading when I said we intend to do all 12. Today we are doing the fire signs. So if you are an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, we have a tarot reading coming up for you in this video today. We will be doing the earth signs, the air and the water signs within the next few days. So please subscribe now, and then you will be notified when those videos come up that are going to have your tarot readings. But the readings are not just if your sun is in these signs, it's also if your moon or rising sign, or if you know your astrology and you have Mars in Aries, that's what the readings are for. So it's sun, moon, rising, or if you have Mars in Aries, these readings will apply to you. So without further ado, I hope that made sense. If you don't know where your sun, moon or rising is, they're the big three, the sun, moon and the rising sign. You can get a lot of information by just knowing those 3 parts of your birth chart. Get in touch with us. And if you'd like an in-depth reading, you can book an appointment with either of us. We would love to kind of delve into that for you. But I'm going to start off by doing the sun and the moon in the sign of Aries. And then Khalid is going to do the rising sign, and if you actually have Mars in Aries, this is just going to be a message for you, a bit of guidance on kind of maybe what to expect or how to handle this Mars energy that's come into probably the strongest place in the chart for it.
Yeah, that and Scorpio. That and Scorpio.
Yeah, that and Scorpio. Yeah. Yes, it also rules Scorpio. That's true. But it's now in Aries. So for anybody who has a sun, their birthday, they were born, you know, their birth sign is Aries, okay? The sun was in Aries. That's the first card. Second card for me is if their moon was in Aries. Are you shuffling, Khalid? Are you ready for your rising? As you can see, I'm much more active, obvious shuffler than you. Yours is all happening below the screen.
Yes. Oh, that's my Mars in Scorpio, I think.
Yes, that's true. You're hidden. Yeah, and then Mars, Khalid will be coming straight in with the rising and Mars being in Aries, but Sun in Aries, Moon in Aries. Okay, what's the message? Here we go. 2 cards. If you have the Sun in Aries, how is Mars being there in its home sign going to kind of, I don't know, what's the message for you personally? Ace of Cups. Wow, Ace of Cups upright. Okay, interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. Well, one of the things I would definitely say with that is the ace is kind of like hitting me, first of all. The fact that it is that new beginning, it is that spontaneous thing. I would actually say if you are kind of looking for love, I mean, I'm going to go with the real obvious here, but it's my immediate thing. If you are looking for love or romance, be bold, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Have the confidence to go for it. And I would say also, if you're not looking for love, but you're feeling emotional about something, I would say just communicate those feelings. Let somebody know. Give somebody a compliment. Let somebody know you love what they're wearing. You love them. I think you've got nothing to lose by a declaration of love or admiration or appreciation. That is what I'm getting for the Aries people.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
The moon. If your moon is in Aries. Oh, hello. This is very moony. Very moony. There's only 4 moons in the tarot, and I've got one of them here. Okay, so if your moon happens to be in Aries, obviously I'm feeling very, very bold here. I'm feeling go with your intuition. If your intuition is kind of like telling you, do you know what? I kind of like, I don't want to get involved in this situation. I'm out of here. If your intuition is telling you to kind of like leave, actually, no, I'm feeling I think trust your intuition. I think if there's something that's bothering you, I feel maybe you're right. I've got it. I've absolutely got it. I feel if something is bothering you, your intuition, trust it. It is probably right with the moon in Aries. However, I feel the advice here is don't go to war. Just know that you are right. You don't have to go in and make a confrontation about it. That's what I'm getting. I think you know what the card is. It's the 8 of Cups upright. Okay, and I'm seeing that Mars can be hot-tempered, right? And he's walking away from it. Okay, I feel there's somewhere, I mean, we're talking about 6 months, somewhere along the line, something is going to annoy you. And maybe in the back of your mind, you will remember this little tarot reading. And I feel if you feel angry and you feel annoyed and you feel it's not fair, you are right to feel it. Your intuition is telling you the right thing. But the best thing to do is to take your anger and remove yourself from the situation, rather than, if it had come up reversed, I might have heard myself say, get in there and sort it out and tell them, use the Martian energy. But I feel this is more about containing it and removing yourself from the situation.
That was a beautiful reading.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about if you are Aries rising?
Yeah. So having Aries rising means that's like the outer mask that you wear to people. So people are more likely to recognize you. They might be more likely to recognize you as an Aries or feel like you're an Aries than if you have your sun in Aries and a different rising sign.
Okay.
So all right. And then so that's the first card of guidance that I'm going to ask for from the tarot. And the other one is for anyone with the actual planet of the following 6 months in Aries. Yeah. So, right. So, what's the guidance for anyone whose rising sign is in Aries? What's the guidance for anyone born with Mars in Aries for the 6+ months stay of Mars in Aries? Well, Aries rising. Wow. So I got for you the Hanged Man reversed. Okay, not very straight. Right. This is one of the major keys of the tarot. So one of the major 22 cards. I feel like during this period, you're going to find yourself happy, quite, not happy, not content. You're going to find yourself content, sort of not being as involved and like forthright and clear and direct with people as a typical Aries person would be, right? You're gonna have some kind of you're gonna be actually empowered by sort of keeping your observations about other people and your feelings and your judgments concerning certain situations within yourself, right? Keeping your reactions within yourself at this time is actually going to be more empowering for you than expressing them and acting out on them. It's sort of like, and I'm seeing the Hanged Man, he's kind of smiling. He's smiling in that space. It's like he has this halo of light. You can see the halo of light here. Like it's all to himself here. And he's just not acting. He has his hands behind his back. And it's sort of making him really stand out. I mean, I know he's supposed to be, this is the upright position. And he seems very passive here. But he's coming across to me here as actually, oddly enough, dancing.
No, it does look like it. It looks like Irish dancing, doesn't it, with the hands behind his back? You know, it's like...
I'm actually seeing a kind of I know we're meant to be quick on this, but I know this is coming across as a layered kind of message. You're gonna kind of feel like you have more to gain by just containing what would otherwise be your immediate reaction to any situation you find yourself in, a challenging situation. You're gonna find more empowerment, more fulfillment by keeping it inside and letting it kind of build toward an action at a later stage. It's like immediate reaction is not where you should be going. This is what I'm getting from this card, you know?
There's some little kind of connection there between the rising sign and the moon in Aries. It's like, I don't know whether there's an expectation that the Aries energy, whose natural instinct is to be very kind of, you know, reactionary kind of thing, is being sort of told that may be tested with this particular particular period of time, because that's sort of come up in two of the cards. let's do the actual Mars in Aries and see what we get there.
I'm liking Aries rising. I'm liking it. It just seems like really like a wise way of dealing with the Mars energy, Mars and Aries energy. You know, especially in a time like this. I just don't think this is a time when it's good to act reckless or impulsive.
No, and the fact that it's going to be there, the fact it's going to be there for 6 months, it kind of suggests, you know, there is no rush to sort this thing out. You know, let it calm for a bit. Yeah.
I can see this whole extended kind of period as being good for Aries rising people. Actually, it's just gonna add to their knowledge of their self. You know, like help them know themselves better and just kind of maybe master themselves more. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from here. All right. So, what about if your Mars is in Aries? Ooh.
Oh. That was an ooh.
It is a very speedy, fiery Aries card. This is the Eight of Wands in reverse.
Ah, okay.
Okay. I think you're gonna have. I think you're likely to feel like a lot of frustration over finding yourself many times in situations where you're not in control and not able to actually seize not only opportunities but like basically not being able to steer things, not being able to steer things in the direction that matches what you envision. That you're gonna find yourself running into kind of not maybe dead ends, but just like more like opportunities that you're gonna have to miss just because there's gonna be this kind of barriers between you and getting what you need in order to manifest your vision, and you're just gonna need to get used to that and accept it for this period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
if you've actually got Mars in Aries, the Mars in the Aries in the sky, I kind of like feel, obviously, like we said at the beginning, there's going to be periods of time over this 6-month period where things that happen in the sky are going to be in favor with that, and other times when things that happen in the sky are going to slow down progress. And I kind of think, be prepared for that. Not all your plans and all your kind of, you know, intentions are going to just kind of like go with your usual exuberance. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. That may be more frustrating to a person that's got that Mars in Aries, that is used to just sort of thinking, when I want to do something, I just go and do it.
Yeah.
That's not gonna, you've got 6 months for that sometimes to kind of go according to plan, but there's going to be sometimes it's just not.
Yeah, my intuition right now is to say that this message is going to be more like the message is going to be more tangible to people with Mars in Aries when Mars goes retrograde, but we will do a reading for that and see.
Yeah. So watch this space. If you've got, watch this space. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's do Leo. Sure. Right. Okay. Ready to do Leo?
Yes, absolutely.
So Khalid is going to do, if you have your sun in the sign of Leo, if you have your moon in the sign of Leo, Khalid is going to do a reading for you now on how you will be affected, you know, or like what message there is for you by this Mars in Aries, how it will affect anyone who is a Leo, or a moon in Leo. And then I'm going to do if you're Leo rising, or indeed if you have your Mars in Leo. That's it. Off you go.
All right. Sun in Leo, Moon in Leo. And for those of you who might not be familiar with this, the Sun is the natural ruler of Leo. Yeah, and the Sun is also exalted in Aries, which means that it's kind of considered like a special guest when it's moving into Aries. So yeah, because of these two reasons, and because both are fire signs, like Leo and Aries are pretty intertwined. Right. So what's the message for anyone with the Sun in Leo and the Moon in Leo for the period of Mars' stay in Aries 2020? Sun and Moon. Whoa.
You're very
I love
excited
this.
at this
I'm
point.
so happy because I'm Sun and Leo, so I'm
I know.
so happy. This is like one of the most, actually, not only one of the most positive ones, but it's also one of the most kind of Aries cards in the whole tarot deck also.
Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing. Oh,
So,
fantastic.
The
Yeah.
magician, especially the magician upright, all about,
Yes.
it's like the archetype of manifestation,
Yes, it
manifesting
is.
what you want, you know?
Yes.
And really magically, I mean, or seemingly as if by magic, being able to just remove yourself from any circumstances that hinder your vision, and chain you and kind of limit your possibilities. Just kind of remove yourself or break free of them and be able to manifest what you want. And it's often, pointing to ingenuity of character, to kind of powerful intuition that allows you
Yes.
to get to manifest what you want. Knowledge of magic, even, fiery, this kind of like, this fiery essence that's very difficult to describe, but the magic is real, it's there, and it's even the
That's
number is
brilliant.
one is like a
Yeah.
very Aries number.
Well,
It's because it's the
that is
number of
just,
individuality. It's I,
yeah,
So for
that's the
Leo
best card.
suns, I
Yeah.
think this is going to be a great time. So I'm really
Yes.
happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gosh.
Manifest Leos. All
Bring
my
it
brother
on.
Leos. All my
Well,
brother Leos.
I'm glad I'm doing my YouTube videos with you. What's the message for everybody? Subscribe. Watch this space.
Yeah. Wow.
That's brilliant.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
Amazing synchronicities. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Moon in Leo, a more subtle
Yes.
placement. Moon is the natural ruler of Cancer. It's a much more like introverted sign. It's the yang. Is the yang to the It's the yin to the yang of Leo.
Into the yang. Yeah.
For Moon in Leo, what's the message? Whoa, my God, Mandy, I got the Leo card in the whole deck.
Wow. Oh my God.
This is an amazing time for Leos. No, this is unbelievable.
That's incredible.
My God, no, this period is gonna be a kind of time for you to grow into your own container, your own energy container. It's gonna somehow furnish what you need to know yourself well enough to be your own master, to really have things more in your orbit of control rather in the orbit of control of others. You know?
Yes.
My God,
Lovely.
and like notice the colors. Just note the colors in the background, like how they're resonating with each other.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
striking.
looks like it kind of coordinates with me, actually, even though I'm not Leo in any way, shape or form, but you know, I am on Mars at the moment, just in case anyone wondered.
So mine, this is great. And you know, because it's the moon in Leo, I'm gonna say this is a strength that's going to develop even not at the highest level of consciousness, but you're gonna feel it, like it's just gonna change you, you know. It's gonna enable you to really control any impulses that might get you into trouble or put you at a disadvantage with people.
I just feel that you're going to succeed without having to kind of like go too far. It's like you'll kind of like know exactly, you know, what risks are worth taking that are completely safe for you to take.
Yes, exactly.
How fabulous.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the rising sign?
Yes, let's.
The rising sign, Leo rising, and if you happen to have Mars in Leo, my two readings are coming up for you right now on just the message for you relating to the fact that Mars has gone into Aries and it's going to be there for 6 months, which is a very long stretch for Mars, for kind of remaining at home. So what is the message for Leo rising and for Mars in Leo? Okay, Leo risings. Okay. I just feel because you're Leo rising, it's kind of like you appear to be very sort of like confident on the outside, whereas it may be that you're kind of actually more reflective on the inside and people don't kind of necessarily realize that. So, but what I am feeling is maybe it's time to sort of step up that with this Mars being there in Aries. I kind of like feel that you would actually kind of grow a little bit as a person if you actually kind of lived up a little bit more to your rising sign, and you actually kind of took hold of some of the ways that other people see you, that other people kind of like see you in a certain way as being very confident. Whereas maybe like sometimes you turn down opportunities, right, that a true Leo, like a person who's got the sun in Leo, would have the confidence to do. Well, I think all you have to do is take hold of some of those opportunities and act in a more Leo way. And you can do that because you've got that Mars in Aries that is actually kind of, what's the word? It's kind of having a positive effect on your rising sign. And I think giving you the boost of confidence to turn some of your maybe hope, maybe some of the things you dream about into reality. I got the 4 of Cups reversed. So what I'm feeling is it's time for you to actually take hold of some of these opportunities. And they are things that you think about and dream about, but you don't always act upon them. But you are Leo rising. So you come across as being more confident, which is why the opportunities come your way. But you don't always take them because you haven't always got the kind of the confidence of a sun in Leo person to actually do it. But I think this Mars in Aries, the way it's going to kind of like, it's just going to give you that extra kind of like boost. Like, go on, take it. Take the opportunity instead of kind of thinking about it. Do something about it. Act more like a Leo rather than just appearing to be like a Leo. act upon it, I think it'll pay off. Okay, now what about if you've actually got Mars in Leo? How will Mars in Leo in your chart be affected by the Mars in Aries in the sky? So those two Marses kind of like, you know, what's going to happen? Leo and Aries. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is super aggressive. This is super aggressive. I am just the messenger. God. Look, I'm the reader. I'm not the writer. I'm the reader here. Mars in Aries and Mars in Leo. Well, okay. I actually think if something has actually kind of like bothered you to such an extent, maybe at some point in the next 6 months, you will just take that Mars in Aries aggressive energy. It might be very spontaneous, and you will actually permanently end something that you probably don't need in your life. Please don't take this literally, right? But I'm seeing it as a kind of a situation, like once and for all. If you've got a kind of like a relationship that you're not happy with, maybe it's time to sort of finish it. Or if you're kind of like, if you're in a job and it's kind of like, you know it's the wrong job for you, put it behind you, finish it. It really is. It's that, I almost feel that it's kind of like the day will come in this next 6 months and you think, I've had enough of this. I'm ending this.
I knew it was going to be the Ten of Swords anyway.
It's super aggressive. It is super aggressive, but I don't mean, I really am not encouraging people to be physically aggressive. I just feel it's in your own best interest to once and for all put an end to something. It might be a really amazing thing. It might be like giving up smoking or something. Like once and for all, I'm not going to kind of cut down on it anymore. I am giving it up. Over. End of. No more. You know, this can be a really, really positive thing. This can be, you know, just getting rid of something in your life that is not in your best interest. It's not in, you know, it's not the most healthy thing for you, but it's up to you to take that aggressive action. It's going to linger on and on and on, and it's time to actually just stop it, you know?
Yeah, because the more you let it linger, there's the worse the effect will be. It'll just
exactly. And Mars in Aries is spontaneous, and Mars in Leo is kind of like more, it's more of a fixed energy. It's more of a permanent. So just know that if you do take that step to kind of say enough, I remember when I gave up smoking, it was a very, very long time ago, but I knew I was having the cigarette and I stubbed that last cigarette out with so much anger, and it's like, it's over. I am never doing this again. And I did it for kind of like, I don't know, a long time, 20 years. But I knew that I was absolutely killing that cigarette monster once and for all. That is how I am sort of seeing that, you know? So, yes, it's with that kind of absolute, use that anger in a really, really positive way. This is not to be kind of misinterpreted, what I'm saying here, but yeah. But, you know, if you are in a relationship and it's not making you happy, just think, you know, it's just for the best. I'm out of here. It's over. That is very much Mars in Aries connecting with Mars in Leo, I think. What do you think?
That was a beautiful reading, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So last but not least, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the sun and the moon in Sagittarius.
Yes.
And then you are going to do the rising sign and Mars in Sagittarius. And guess what? Mm-hmm. My Mars is in Sagittarius. So I'm interested to see what you have to say. Okay, so if you are Sagittarius sun or moon, here come your readings for the Mars in Aries that's just gone in, and it's going to be there till January 2021, 6 months. Sun and Moon in Sagittarius. Sun and the Moon. Here we go. Oh, liking the Sun in Sagittarius. Okay. So, yeah, Aries, Mars in Aries, it's bold, it's kind of, yeah, it's fired up. I kind of like feel, I'm just feeling this is very lovely. I feel that the people that have got the Sun in Sagittarius, I just like this. I just think they're going to be very sociable over the next 6 months. I kind of like feel they're going to be very generous. I think they're going to be, I don't know, well, what's it called? Those random acts of kindness. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because obviously Mars in Aries is so spontaneous, but I kind of like feel, expect the unexpected in a really, really nice way from people whose Sun is in Sagittarius. I think they may just suddenly have an idea to buy you a present or whatever. You know, they've walked past the shop and said, oh, Mandy would really like that. So I just think it's full of like really nice, very kind of pleasant, thoughtful little surprises. 6 of Cups. Yeah. Lovely.
Really is.
Lovely.
Really.
Couldn't be more different than the 10 of Swords, yeah. Could it? Okay, very nice for the Sun in Sagittarius. Now, what about the Moon in Sagittarius? Hello. Da, da, da. Okay, so people with the Moon in Sagittarius. Okay. Well, I am feeling shrouded in mystery here. I actually feel this is going to be quite mixed for the next 6 months for people whose Moon is in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is a very exploratory sign, and I kind of like feel that Sagittarius will, you know, it's kind of like that Sagittarius people will kind of like instinctively kind of like have ideas to kind of check out different things. They'll explore different things, and I've got a feeling some of those things will kind of like, some of those things will just be more successful than others. I kind of feel that people that have got the Moon in Sagittarius maybe need to keep an eye on what is affecting this Mars in Aries over the next 6 months, because I feel some of your ideas and your projects may, you might need to be a little bit more strategic about when you choose to do them, because there may be some times when you might lead yourself down a road that kind of like you kind of wish you hadn't started, and other times when it's absolutely fine. I just feel it's 6 months is quite a long time, and I do feel the Moon in Sagittarius are going to kind of like notice the kind of the ups and downs of it more and the unpredictability of it more. I actually got the Moon card.
Wow.
And it's upright. So it is a little bit watch this space, but not necessarily watch this space. Maybe watch the Moon. Maybe there's just going to be certain times of the month or whatever, or where the Moon in the sky is kind of favourable and giving you some light on the subject, so you can see where this idea is heading, and other times it's not. So, you know, 6 months, a lot is going to affect this. And Mars in Aries is very kind of dynamic. It's going to sort of make you think, oh, this is a good idea. Why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? You know, and I just think, whoa, sometimes you should and sometimes you shouldn't. But look at what else is affecting it before you just jump into something. just because you know you've got your moon in that very kind of exploratory sort of sign. That's what I'm getting for the Sagittarius moon. Okay, what about the rising? And then we get to Mars in Sag for me.
Oh, that was great.
Thank you.
So we get to now anyone with Sagittarius as their rising sign, and anyone who has Mars in Sagittarius in their birth chart.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the guidance from the tarot? Okay. So you got the Queen of Cups reversed, Sagittarius rising people. It's interesting for me whenever I see these are called the court cards because they have like actual people on them, right? Referring to the nobility, right? And the rising sign expresses like the social mask you wear to people. So it really fits in nicely with this idea of the courtly role you're supposed to play. Okay. So Sagittarius rising, Queen of Cups reversed. I actually feel like this is saying don't be as accommodating of others as your rising Sagittarius personality often inclines you to be. It's just telling me don't be as accommodating of others.
Okay.
Don't let them kind of don't let them influence your sense of obligation to the point where you stop seeing actually where your boundaries where their boundaries are in relation to yours, you know.
Okay.
I feel like so there is that element in the Sagittarius personality that is quite generous and kind and yeah, just like it likes to share its kind of positivity, you know. And I'm feeling here like the message is like don't let other people exploit your generous spirit and your generous energy. This is what I'm getting from the Queen of Cups reversed, you know?
Okay. Yeah. No, because she is.
Yeah.
She's very kind and lovely. Yeah, it's come up reversed. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So, but I'm feeling like this message is specific to Sagittarians. Like there's the Sagittarian way of interacting with people, which is very jovial, and I think that
because you, and as it's the rising sign, you just appear to be so kind and so nice that people may just naturally try to take advantage of you because of that's how you appear to be. You appear like you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
And then you feel awkward.
Exactly. You know, and it's not saying that like if you're Sagittarius rising, you're a pushover. It's not that, but it's like you might have this kind of tendency to be open a lot to people, to share even personal stuff, and to kind of how should I put this? I'm getting this in a very specific way, and I have to find the specific words for this. I think to be frank with people, and to kind of to wear your heart on your sleeve, if that's the right expression, right? To be frank and wear your heart on your sleeve. I think you should be wary about doing that with people, and also wary about giving them too much of your time. Those two things are coming, well, those three things are coming across pretty
Okay.
strongly from here. Okay? Yeah. All right. So moving to Mars in Sagittarius.
All right. This is me. Yes.
Okay. This is another reversed card. This is the Two of Swords.
Oh,
Reversed.
okay.
Okay. So Sagittarius is a sign that likes to explore different options and doesn't like to kind of jump to commit to one course of action. And I'm feeling like the message here is that at some point you're gonna need to kind of choose one course of action that is inevitably going to be undesirable because it doesn't involve the other. You're just going to have to make up your mind. You're going to have to make up your mind as to which is the most important kind of choice to make or course in which to pour into your energy during this period. Staying in this passive kind of, I'll just wait for a better time to make a decision. I'll just wait for the better moment is just it's not gonna happen. You're just gonna have to make the decision, and you're just gonna have to accept that some measure of kind of disempowerment that comes with actually making that decision, because it will involve losing the other part.
I think that probably the Mars being in Aries will help you to just look. You're just going to have to go with it. It will just kind of help you to kind of like accept the decision that you have made. Probably, I don't know.
I think it should. I mean, Mars in Aries is very, very decisive kind of energy.
Yes, it is.
So it should definitely help you kind of just break
Thank
out of that.
You. Okay. Yeah, amazing. So that is all of the tarot readings for all of the fire signs, to kind of like just to give you a taste of what's coming up over the next 6 months with Mars going into Aries. And so, I mean, obviously there's going to be kind of lots of nuances and lots of kind of different that's going to play out in all sorts of different ways, but that is a little taste for your sign. So if you would like a more in-depth reading about it, or you don't know where your moon and rising are or where your Mars is, get in touch with us, please. Our details are on the video. If you are still watching this and you have sun, moon or rising in the earth signs are going to come up next, then air, then the water. We'll do them all within the next week. We'll gradually sort of like do them all really, really soon. So if you subscribe, you should get notice that the videos are kind of like on. And thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with Mars in Aries. Bye for now.
Yeah,
bye.
Bye.